try!
Welcome to the round wrap on Rugby.com.au. Filling in for Chris Ford today, joined by Stephen Hoiles. What a round.
Fantastic round.
A good way to start it too. You're commentating on Fox Sports.
Yeah, I went
How'd
to
you find
Perth.
that?
It was good. I got the red eye home and coached the under sixes the next day, but I won't be doing the red eye again. That's a torture. But the Force, they were gallant, but they're just out of their depth, unfortunately. The first time I've had a close look at the Bulls this year, and they're a very good side. They're going to push hard in their conference.
The Brumbies in survival mode. They came up against the Highlanders. The Highlanders had to win, but so did the Brumbies with all that's going on in the press. How did you see that game faring?
Look, the Brumbies went there. The try just before half-time and after half-time, the two tries, from the Highlanders. It's tough in conditions like that. It was, as you know, in Invercargill, it was wet, it was windy, and sides that have a lead and good sides that have a lead, they're going to be hard to pull back. And the Brumbies, again, they're now in a really tough position. They've got the Bulls this week, who've come off a really good win in Perth. So they've got David Pocock back, but they lack Steve Moore. He was injured, and Joe Tamani, Henry Spate, they're starting to get tested. So pressure times. It's all pretty even in the Aussie conference.
Moving across to the Rebels, a 3 o'clock game for Australian fans. Disappointing with the Rebels going in there as the Australian conference leaders and then coming up against the Blues, who are at the bottom of the New Zealand pool. A game I reckon they feel like they lost.
Look, the Rebels are probably the first time they've had a bit of pressure on them because everyone's saying, oh, they're the leaders. They went over there. Again, the Blues are, as you said, sitting last in their conference, but they're still on relatively similar points to the top of the Aussie conference. Just shows how strong that New Zealand conference is. I thought they were lucky to be in it towards the end. They got a Super Sef, got that runaway try, which was probably 14 points.
Super Sefa.
Super Sefa, sorry.
Hashtag
Super Sefa. He got them back in the game. They started really well, and they just, again, probably just a lack of attacking class in their side. I'm yet to see Sturzak and Debrasini fire. We've been saying it all year. Gave them huge raps at the start of the year because I've seen them play together in NRC, and those two are very talented. But at the moment, they're probably getting by, like as they always do, in their back row and their outside backs. I really want to see their 9 and 10 5.
And that last try, I wouldn't say try, but the disappointment of that disallowed try by the Rebels really hurt them.
The old truck and trailer, hey, gets you every time. Again, I'm not sure if they were going to score, but again, it's always touch and go. They took it off to the right there and got pulled up. So contentious call, but not one that you'd sit back and say that cost them the game because, as I said, I think they were lucky to catch up in the end, thanks to Super Sefa.
Next game was the Reds. And for mine, I thought this was the lay-down win of the round. They were always going to win this game, the Reds against the Cheetahs. Cheetahs have been a little bit disappointing, but I just thought the Reds last week against the Stormers, they've been due for a big win like this, and I thought they did their fans very proud with a good result there at Suncorp.
As we keep saying last few weeks, no coincidence that Liam Gill comes back and the side starts to play well with a second phase footy. So maybe they're in for a little bit of a run now at home.
He's a leader, Liam Gill. You can just see Scaps on his toes. He's everywhere. And Reddy, their hooker, I thought he was very impressive, almost playing like another number 7 and very good in the scrum as well.
It's very rare that you give a hooker a rap, but there you go. It's breaking news. Adam Freier compliments another hooker.
No, not on that. Another great match for our Australian teams, the Waratahs there in Cape Town against the Stormers. Going in as underdogs, now won 2 in a row, the Waratahs, coming back to play the Cheetahs with a game in hand. All of a sudden, they could be the Australian conference leaders in a fortnight's time. How did you see them going? Izzy at outside centre, a remarkable try to start the game for them.
Yeah, it's no surprise Israel is doing the things he does, and people question that decision from Darryl. But the thing with Izzy, you just got to get him the ball. And now that you've seen him scoring first phase tries, you start to see them. There was about 3 or 4 options on that play, and they hit Izzy short, and he went straight through. And they're starting to play really good footy on the back of set piece. Everyone said at the start of the year how bad their forward pack was, but they've improved. They're not getting the accolades, but they're just winning line-out ball and scrum ball. The last scrum of the game on the Stormers ball, I think it was Tills to Tafu and Tarvao, the front row. They just demolished them off the ball, got the turnover, and Michael Hooper scored. So as much as Izzy and Kirtley getting the raps they deserve, it's on the back of the forwards.
Michael Hooper as well, outstanding, and reports after the game suggested that he had a tummy bug as well. So a huge effort for the Waratahs skipper, and also Dave Dennis playing his 100th Super Rugby game, a great effort. But
must have been brushing his teeth with the tap water in South Africa. Remember when we weren't allowed to do that? You got to use the fresh water bottles and stuff there. Hoops.
Yeah.
Always gets your guts, South Africa.
All right. Well, South Africa is a great place. We love going there, and to Invercargill as well. That's a wrap for Rugby.com.au. A great round for Australian teams, and hopefully more victories next coming round.